What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to your very first Duet Night Abyss video. That's right, DNA is officially out, folks. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Out for mobile and PC, and I believe coming out for Steam and console very, very soon. They do have their own launcher. Now, let's talk a little bit about what this game has to offer to you players and why it's probably going to revolutionize the way gachas are going to work going forward. That's right, I said the word gachas and revolutionize in the same sentence. It's not a joke. This is real. So first off, every character, every weapon in this game is going to be non-summonable, which means you're going to have to grind your way, very similar to the way Warframe works going forward. There is no gacha for that. The only thing this game has gacha for is two different things. Number one is skins, which is fairly important, of course, for you folks who like to collect. And then number two, of course, the actual part of it that is resources. So you guys can see everything else is inside my little shop here. Here's a shop. I'm going to show you guys just to get this out of the way because everyone's going to ask. So this is what you can summon for. You can summon for the actual skins. I guess it's a pretty badass looking skin right there. And then you can see the outfit preview right there as well. There's no actual bonuses to having outfits. It's literally up to you what you want to do with it, wear it or not wear it. There's a starter gift set, which gives you guys a little bit of like currency in order to speed up forging, which you get your levels up. And then of course other skins for weapons like this little Darth Vader, Darth lightsaber. Maybe, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Lightsaber, pretty much looks like a lightsaber. So you guys can see all that is available. There are gift bundles, there are items you can purchase through diamonds, again, just to speed things up, to level up faster, etc. But that's about it. There is no actual gacha to the game outside of that, guys. So keep that in mind. Now, there are 3 current active codes. I'll put those codes in the description as well as in this video so you guys can check it out. But outside of that, guys, this game is fully action RPG'd. Think of Warframe in a animated version, plus every character is grindable and every weapon is grindable. So what do I think about the game? What's this all about? So there is a storyline, of course. I'm going to go ahead and skip this and let you play the story itself out. There is a main protagonist, which the character is right over here. I'll just show you guys real quick some of the characters. So you guys can see right here, I have the Armory, inventory, achievements, etc. So what we're looking for here is specifically the characters, right? And these are some of the things you guys can get through the levels. So for example, I'm level 17 right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and collect this, which we already did. And then there's other things around here that you can go ahead. But here's the Armory. These are some of the characters I can get right now. So Rebecca is the main unit I'm currently using. I can go ahead and upgrade her using experience points right there to level 7. I played about 3 hours of this last night. There is going to be a free unit of Bernica, which you're going to get right away from the beginning in the story. And then you can get her from the mail as the login. You're going to get Margie as soon as you start after the prologue. And then the main character is this protagonist right here. You can pick a female or a male. And then the rest of the characters you guys can see in the bottom down there, you guys can eventually grind for, right? There's demon wedges, which is what you're going to be grinding for these characters to unlock them. And there are a lot of different characters with different playstyles. So it's really, really cool, guys. They've done a fantastic job animating the characters, and every single character brings something new as well as a new element to the game. Now, there's a lot of this game that is similar to how WoWA or Genshin Impact and all these other games are created. It is between humans and demons, essentially, some of the story. So a lot of them you'll see have horns, some of them look really human, etc. Some of the character designs are amazing. Some of them are very chibi-like. Some of them are little kids. The usual full array of Asian type characters, but those are all the characters right there, and their attributes and their skills and what they bring to the table. Now, the cool thing in this game is that every character can equip any type of weapon. So for example, right now I'm using Rebecca for specific reasons I don't want to disclose, but you guys can see here she has the ability to go ahead and get herself any weapon that I want to equip on her. So as soon as I'm done leveling her up right there, which will increase my stats, I can go into her armory and equip whatever weapon I have. So for example, this is the weapon I'm currently using called the Iron Forger. It is a great sword, and you guys can change this up to anything you want. So if you don't want the Iron Forger, you guys can switch it over to another weapon. For example, a trident over here called the halberd, and then there's the blade Amber Glow, which is the basic weapon. There's also every weapon out there available for you to view and for you to grind with different elements, different effects, etc. So there's quite a bit, guys, in this game. And honestly, the most refreshing part of this game is the fact that it is not play to win, or yeah, pay to win. It is strictly pure grinding. Now, there's obviously 2 issues with that. Number 1, if you are somebody like myself who lacks time to play these kind of games, it's going to be a lot harder for you to keep up. The beauty of it is there's really no reason to keep up. play at your own pace. The story's great. There's co-op modes. There's going to be side quests, etc. If you just want to explore and have fun, go ahead and do that. It is very, very casual in that regard. Now, I know a lot of content creators like to put out the guide saying, hey, keep up, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. I can't be one of those content creators. I'll be able to keep up with turn-based RPGs. I can keep up with gachas because, again, gachas are very limiting. This game, if you are looking for a full-on story animated, voice-acted, full RPG, this is going to be up your alley. Now, I'm going to continue playing this at my own pace. I'm going to give you guys guides the best that I can, but I can promise you guys those guides will not be keeping up because I personally don't have a lifestyle that can accommodate this kind of game at the speed that a lot of people are going. So I played 3 hours yesterday. I've seen some folks play 6 to 8 hours. Some people who are watching this are going to be ahead, and that's okay. We're here as a community to have fun and enjoy ourselves, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the combat. Now, one thing to note, when you are out in the world, you can collect. Yes, there is foraging, there is crafting, there is breaking environments, there are secrets, there are side quests, etc. Right? So make sure when you are going around, you check every nook and cranny for every possible thing you can find, because there's always a side quest or a secret that will give you guys treasures, which gives you guys experience points, and is one of the best ways to tell you guys what to do next and how to level up. But here's some monsters. I'm going to show you guys some of the combat here. Okay, so you have basic weapon skill combat, and then you're going to be able to do the skill combat from the character themselves. Every character has a skill combat they can do, and it's important to note that because if you guys are using characters that you enjoy, their skill combats are pretty big deal. So for example, for Rebecca, she can summon squids. So if I hold L1 and do this, I can summon 3 squids here anywhere I want, and they will help attack like little summons. You guys can see those AoEs that they're doing right there. That is what they allow you to do. And the second, she has an ultimate, and every character has an ultimate, and that is if you hold down L1 again and hit the triangle, you're going to do your ultimate skill. So I'll show you guys very shortly once I build that back up how this works, and I think that's important that everybody sees that. Let me just break this real quick, and you guys can see these are some of the side quests I'm referring to, right? Like I'm going around here, just getting this done, and then you can check your journals at any point. So if I want to check out my side quests or all my quests, I go to quests here. You guys can see at the very top, there's the main quest. Looks very similar to WoW, guys. Literally the exact same structure. So don't be surprised when you see this, all right? So you guys can break it down from main quest to event quest to limited quest to side quest and additional side quests. All right, so these are going to be some of the things you're going to be able to do throughout the game, so it will keep you very busy. Now at the same time, you guys can see there are dynamic quests that can alter certain decisions. You actually get to make the decisions of your main character, and that main character has a compass of different stats, whether it's wisdom, empathy, morale, chaos, etc. right? And you can grow your character, and the game will be altered, and the game's characters will be altered based on that decision. So for example, I have a timid man over here, so I'll show you guys real quick. But while we're doing this, there's also range combat. That's right, if you're somebody who prefers range, you can use a gun instead of a melee weapon as well. You can jump and shoot, you can jump and attack, there are hold charges, and we'll go into combat a little further as we play into the game. So let's talk about this man here. This is a dynamic quest, right? You guys can see, you can read the whole story if you want, or you can agree to help or refuse. If you agree to help, of course, you're going to be jumping into the next part of the quest, and you'll see there is a marker that's very similar to other markers you may have seen in the other games. So there's nothing there. So let's go ahead and check this. Now, as you continue on here, you can climb walls, right? You guys can see very WoA-ish, very much the same as most of the action RPGs out right now, where things are available for you to get around much easier than most other games. There is no stamina, but there are 2 dodges, just so you guys are aware. So I'll show you guys my ultimate here. There you guys go. It's called Sanity, by the way. So that's how that works. You guys can see I did all that move right there. One shot everybody, and everyone is gone. So combat in this is very smooth. Couple things I will say about combat that I don't like, though. I find sometimes it's a little clunky. It's a little clunky. So some of the weapons, either the animations don't look great, or the movement speed is not fantastic. But honestly, for a complete free-to-play game where there's no reason to buy anything, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Say, what's this? Oh, I gotta beat her up. All right, we're going to do this and try to take her out. There we go. There we go, baby. I've never seen that. So you guys can see, again, exploring, good reason to do it. Get yourself a lot of foraging items and get yourself a lot of really, really cool things along the way. All right, so you guys can see some of the quests are going on right now. We're going to jump in here and do another. So let's go talk to the timid man. He wants something else now. So quest-wise, it's pretty easy. Go around, beat the quest. There are challenges around the world as well, and there you guys can see my wisdom just went up for doing that. I got myself an item. Fantastic. Cool. We've moved on from this. Now I can go explore some more. The storyline itself is okay so far. I would say Wuwa had a better storyline overall from the amount of time I've played. So I have been skipping a lot of it because I kind of lost interest very early on, but I will go back and read some of it later. So that's something I think that many people should definitely consider doing on their own time. Or if you want to just hurry up and, you know, speed along through the game, you can do that as well. Here's a challenge, for example, that I was referring to, right? You can start this challenge and it just makes you follow the markers. And as you get the markers here, there it is again. You will get a treasure chest at the end of it all. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one first. That one there. So this right here. And the cool thing is you can dash, actually, and you can slide as well. The sliding is actually, I have to say, the sliding part's really cool. There it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and move over to this side right there. You guys can see. And honestly, like, I find the movement, again, as clunky as it is very intuitive. The camera is really nice. They've done a great job with camera control. So there are a couple of definitely good things about the game that they've done a really good job with. And there's other things that I definitely could say they could work more on. Like, there are some bugs. For example, there was one time in the story mode where it wouldn't let me proceed any further because it skipped an animation or a cutscene on its own. And I was stuck. So I had to, like, restart the game, you know, and, like, actually almost re-download the game at one point. So there's a lot of bugs going on in the game that are very minor, but nothing like super crazy that would make you stop playing the game. I will say this, a lot of people are complaining over the optimization for mobile. Mobile doesn't seem to be doing too good. So if you are a mobile player, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on it so far. You guys can see right there, I just jumped up, got something. And if you are enjoying the game, or if you're also struggling like most other people who have been complaining about it. So guys, honestly right now, I'd say very good game. Very good game. Now let's go over some of this real quick in terms of what's available to you as a player on the menu screen, what game modes are available, and what you should be looking forward to. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the game mode. So you saw the shop already. There are events. And this, again, these events are going to be plentiful. Okay, and I will again add the codes, so don't forget that as well too. O to the Bloom essentially is a login. Every time you log in, you'll get yourself a summon, allowing you to get a free skin. You can either save that or go for Psyche's butterfly skin. Bon Voyage is also a level up achievement. Essentially, the more levels you get, the more free summons they give you, plus more currency you get. And at the end, you will get yourself a weapon at level 45, which is the Arclight Apocalypse. And then right here, When Dreams, this allows you to try out new characters and their skins, so allowing you to see if you enjoy their skins. And if you do enjoy their skins, you can go ahead and summon for them, of course. And you guys can see the various characters. There's Rebecca and her outfit. There's who's this? This is Truffle and Filbert, and then this is Psyche, of course. So there you guys go. And then another event here that's going on. Once you get to this point of the game, complete on a Gentle Breeze to unlock, it will be a co-op section of the game. That's right, there is co-op, and you guys can play with friends and people you know. And then there's Tummy Full, Hands Full. This is a reward preview. Complete the special side quest, go Genie Mons, and tutorial convert commissions to earn rewards, and you'll get yourself these rewards in the bottom, which is EXP. It looks like a costume and reward over here. So that's what you get right there. Secret letter. So you get her outfits instead, okay? And then there's Voyage into the Long Night, which again, the rewards are to unlock this character, which is really cool. So this is the character I'm hoping to get, the Outsider, and then a couple other things. And this one here, you have to continue through completing the main storyline. Step into the Rain, again, complete the main storyline, get you another character. So you guys can see characters are going to be provided to you at a pretty high rate as long as you complete the story and do the prerequisite quest. So this is how you're going to get yourself a lot of these things, guys, is through the events page. So definitely check that out. We already saw the Armory, right? A couple things to note about the Armory that we didn't look into. There's attributes, of course. You guys can see there's elemental attack, HP, shield, defense, sanity, which is your ultimate skill. The weapon that they're good for using is a polearm grenade launcher, skill damage, rain damage, etc. Right? So there's quite a bit of different attributes, very similar to most of the gacha games you'll see. And then over here, you guys can see the unit skills, and these skills can also be leveled up and moved further by getting yourself specific resources and items. There's Intron here, which I'm assuming is going to be the dupe system. Right, so you guys can see these are the dupe systems. There are quite a bit of dupes, not very abnormal. 6 as usual. Most of those games will carry that. There are cosmetics here. You can actually equip whatever you like that you have on your unit that's available to you. So you guys can go through this full list here and see what's available. You guys can see I have the helmet on, for example. I can put a little dinosaur on my head if I want, etc. Right, so yeah, pretty crazy stuff. And then of course there is the profile, which gives you the full identification of the character, the voiceovers, and their storyline. So this is all available to you through the character Armory page. There's an inventory, of course, that lets you go through all your inventory. There are consumables, there are weapons, there's things you can use for crafting, there's armor called, what are these called? These are called demon wedges. That's it. I was trying to find the name. And then, of course, the items that you can use through the game, plus the currencies that you have. There's achievements, as usual. Again, very similar to WUWA. You can claim everything, get yourself some rewards as you play the game, and continue on through that. There's quests, which we talked about. There's combat here as well too, which as you level up and as you do different things, you guys can gain yourself additional items along the way. So for example, doing this memo here, I can get myself all of that and then get additional items from the memo. And then there's the beginner's guide you absolutely want to do. So under combat, guys, make sure you follow the beginner's guide and get as much of this stuff as you can, including some free legendary weapons and items along the way. All right, so very, very important to make sure you do that. The forge, this one is important because this will allow you to craft very different things. EXP for weapons, EXP for characters, projectiles of different things, different items, different weapons, etc. As you play the game, further forges will be available and other materials will be able to be summoned as well as crafted through the game. The myriad, this is your summoning. This is where your summoning happens. Okay, you guys can see this is what they use. They use weaves and weaves. One's a golden weave. The other one is just a regular weave, or sorry, a rainbow weave. And it's event exclusive specifically to get these. These are the more pressing ones, the harder ones to get. And then the standard ones you're going to get through just playing the game. Tutorials. Read this whole thing. Bard's Tomb, this one here is actually your battle pass. So the more you play this, the more you can unlock through the battle pass. The free-to-play one's not bad. I'm only doing free-to-play, guys, in this game, and I'm going to be getting whatever I can out of it, and then I'll probably move on. Demon Wedge Casket, this is going to be for you to do additional quests to unlock Demon Wedges, which is going to be your armor. You guys can see there are sets. As you complete sets, you get experience points plus bonuses along the way, and it'll tell you what each of these do, including what characters they're best fitted for. And then there's the map. Now, as you travel through the map, you can use these little areas here called teleporters, which allows you to teleport through the map without any issues or problems. And then the Elysium gives you the factions, the nature, the folks that you visit, and the civilizations, plus achievements that you can get through that. And then lastly, the archive, which is going to be essentially your archive for the full game and what you unlock and what you use. So there you guys go. That is essentially the game. So no gacha. Pretty revolutionary, guys. I'm not gonna lie, pretty revolutionary to have a no gacha system for characters or games. There may be a handful of games that I've ever played that have done this and have been successful. So will this game be successful? I don't know yet. Is the game worth trying? Absolutely. You should definitely jump on, give it a go. Do I prefer this over CZ? A lot of people have been asking, do I prefer this over Chaos Zero Nightmare? Different games, guys. Different games, different strokes for different folks. I personally like solo leveling, so I love RPGs. You guys know this about me already. Do I think this is better than CZN? Complete different taste, right? And I like both games a lot. And right now, I'll be honest with you, Chaos Zero Nightmare is probably my preference because of the kind of game it is and the uniqueness that it brings for a turn-based RPG. But I will say this right now. It is a lot less grindy than this game, and that might be my deciding factor. Plus, not to mention, there's Bleach coming out, there are Seven Deadly Sins coming out, which is another open world game, and many, many more like this around the corner. But what makes this different and unique and a breath of fresh air is the fact that there is no gacha, and the system and the battle system is actually not bad. Do I think a lot of people are going to play this? Yes. Do I think a lot of people are going to stick with it? Probably not. Optimization is required heavily, but the game is absolutely stunning, and it is absolutely worth trying out. So I really hope a lot of you guys do give it a go and let me know what you guys think. So those are my impressions, guys. I think it's a great game. Do I think it's the best game ever to be made? Absolutely not. Do I think it's revolutionary in its gameplay? Absolutely not. Does it take from very popular games? For sure. And why break something that's doesn't need fixing? If it's not broken, don't fix it. You know that whole scenario? That's pretty much what they're doing. They're just taking the best of every game out there that is similar to this, and they're just making it their own, and at the same time adding a twist of a little bit like D&D, a little bit more morale, etc. to this game, allowing players to, I guess, explore more, try things more, do different things on side quests, and also at the same time not have to worry about paying in to things that they're not worried about. So there you guys go. Let me know if you've been playing, how long you've been playing for. I'm level 20 now. I'm going to continue going obviously on this. I'm going to try to hit end game and see if I do enjoy this more than other games. But so far, it's been a blast. And I will hopefully see some of you guys in co-op mode. If you do decide to play co-op, please let me know. We can jump on together when I'm at that point and play the game as a community and a squad. All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.